Hey guys, weekly update time. We are back in the New York studio and thank you for joining us. Yes, we're teasing the hell out of the Yak 55 because that will drop next Wednesday, guys. So be ready for that. We're so excited to finally get that release. You heard from Michael Wargo last week. If you missed it, go back to the last weekly update. He talked a little bit about it and he'll be all over the product profile. So this next week's product profile on the Yak, you'll be seeing Michael Wargo put that bad boy through his paces, and then we go over a build and everything and get you guys ready for what is a great 3D trainer. And I think I'm gonna start trying 3D, and that's the one to do it. I need Alex Davis to help me out because he always does our flying 3D. He's really good. But what are we doing here, guys? This week, actually 2 weeks ago, maybe I promised, I teased that we'd be doing something to the Excalibur. So here's what we did. The classic Excalibur. This is my own personal plane. This is one of the models, one of the first models actually I ever bought once I got started flying. When this thing came out, this was the first one I decided, you know what, I need this for my own. So this is my own personal Excalibur, and what I wanted to do with it was not just FPV, I want to do it in a different way. So we did what we call 3D FPV, or 3FPV, third person view FPV. Because I saw the V-tail back there and we thought, what a great idea to just put a little plate across with little support, little hot glue on our camera, and then you're gonna get a view that has basically the whole plane just missing the wingtips on a 700 TVL lens. But basically, like you're playing a video game, I want to fly the plane. Rather than being up in the nose and not really seeing anything on the screen, I thought it would be an interesting way to do it. And we haven't had a chance to test it yet. Yesterday, the weather was like 100 degrees. So Fahrenheit, that's got to be somewhere in the 40s Celsius. And then today, it's completely opposite. It's chilly and it's pouring rain. So we didn't get a chance to take this out. But next weekly update, we will totally take this out when we take out another couple models that are coming soon, and you will see them in the next weekly update. So you want to wait out for that. But real quick, I'm going to plug this in just to show you guys the view. So bear with me. We put so basically what we did, again, the Fat Shark camera came with a pretty long extension from where you plug in the camera to the transmitter. So we thought it was good enough to just keep the transmitter here. And again, I wanted to be able to take it off. So we just did it with zip ties and a little Velcro here. And then I wanted to hide the antenna, so I put it under the wing there, just so I don't see it in my view. We were gonna have it up top, but I'm like, I don't wanna look at an antenna. And then we just ran the power cable right through the air intake there, and we put a 4S balance tap on the end, so I could just plug it into the battery. So we really have no problem up here. As far as CG is concerned, this plane was always pretty heavy, even in the nose with the motor. The wings are pretty heavy. A lot of the weight is pushed forward. We don't think it's gonna be too much of a problem, but we'll definitely bring a few little weights with us just in case. But we're gonna put a 2200 4S graphene right up front, try to push it as forward as possible. And I don't think it's gonna be a big problem, but if it is, you guys will find out next week when we test fly it. But again, guys, it looks pretty cool, so let me plug it in. Now I am rolling, and I'm looking directly at Alex, and you can see, look how cool that is. Turn it, now you got full view, basically, of your plane, and I'm just really excited to fly it this way. This has been one of my, again, favorite models to do. I just fell in love with the ability to climb as high as you can and then just cut the throttle and just watch this bad boy rip right across you, and it whistles, and it's so nice. And if you hear that noise, that is pouring rain outside, so apologize for the audio there. So let me stop tape here. So again, guys, we're gonna do this little bit next week, and if I could turn this camera around, if I allowed Alex to turn around for you, you'd see a lot of new stuff that we were working on, but we're not gonna be able to do that today. What I wanted to do here real quick before we get out, guys, we are now less than 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from today will be the start of our HK Live NL event. So Tom DeVert and we've been working real hard to get this show together. It's mostly together. A lot of the models we teased earlier this year are gonna be there for you guys to see. So if you're in the Netherlands, you wanna come out to Rosenberg, come out to the show. It's gonna be a great time. We have a big bouncy castle. Bring the kids, bring all your planes. Again, if you bring in big models, bring some foamies with you. And of course, bring all your HobbyKing planes. If you've got EF Extras, if you have Excaliburs, if you have Tundras, if you have P40s, Spitfires, you name it, bring it down. We're gonna have them all there because we want to fly everything with everyone and just have a great time. So that's gonna do it for us this week. Again, guys, the Yak next week and more planes now that we push that snowball off the mountain and it's gonna start rolling real fast. We're gonna have a lot of releases coming up, so look forward to those. But now I'm gonna send it over to Australia. Simon was out at the Australian Drone Nationals and he's got a great little bit for you, and we'll see you next week.
Weekly update, guys. Now, we're up here in Queensland in Australia for the Australian National FPV Championships. Now, you would think that I'm actually standing here by myself, but I actually have Kieran next to me, so in camouflage he's probably going to be a little bit hard to see. But Kieran, when I turned up to this event, it looked like a war zone. You have a $1.5 million Shadow drone out there, you have army trucks, you have army nets, you have things behind us and things like that. Can you tell us a little bit about the involvement that you got with this community?
Yeah, well, look, Army's the biggest operator of drones in Australia. We literally clock up thousands of missions a year, thousands of hours. The systems are a lot more taxed, a lot more expensive, but with that comes our soldiers who are trained to operate, our soldiers who fly the Shadow full-time, 300 days a year. That's what they do. We just want to get that message out there, especially for the young guys and the young girls out there. Look, if they like flying drones on the weekends, you know, if you ever thought about doing that for a job, you should talk to Army. Because
perfect situation, right?
We can pay you to do this 365 days a year.
Yes, excellent. So the guys actually have a big recruitment program here today. Really big exposure. Now, can you talk just a little bit about your drone team that you actually had in starting up?
Yeah, so look, I mean, it's not just the 12-year-olds running around after school flying drones. There are soldiers and officers in the Army that are doing this for fun all around Australia. All around our garrisons, Darwin, Townsville, Brisbane, all the way down south, and they're participating on their own or they're part of association clubs around Australia. We wanted to bring something together to show that, you know, Army's doing this, Army's interested, technology is fast moving. You know, some of these technology fields, you know, the civilian sector is ahead of the military. We want to capitalise on that, take advantage of it, and explore those opportunities. So we brought some of our guys together. We qualified through the Canberra club and brought our guys up here. We gave it a crack and it was a lot of fun.
Excellent. Well, guys, I'd love to thank Kieran and the Armed Forces for coming up here and giving this great support and community engagement. Unfortunately, none of you guys made it through to the finals
Not
today.
this year.
Not this year, but look out for them next year. The risk assessment on the $1.5 million Shadow out there,
it's worth it.
It's worth it.
To the crowd, buddy. Here he is.
So until next time, see you later.